Hi-oh, beaver! Away!
Hey yo, what up? Welcome back to Critscast 2. It's still me, it's still Lucky, it's still Core on production as well, and it's still the Preseason Cup for Highlander Season 24.
See if, twice Gaeta are going to get slapped around by Karik this game. As the name of the game, right? I mean, I'm noticing a few names on these gamers, noticing a Self-Haz, a Karik, a Jorge, a Denkra, Hyverloopy, everyone's in this server. They're ready to go. They're ready to slap some people around. We're actually ready up and going to this first mid. So I'm trying to figure out what this map is. So tough.
Yep,
CP
so Glassworks.
weird.
It's gotta be an interesting one here. It's an old map, around, I guess, in the past before, but not much at all recently here. Test it out once again to see if people still like it. Let's see how it goes in mid fight. See, but now Denkler has a good hand of it already. Gets the snipe right away on the point. Everyone trying to jump the roof there as well, including the heavy here, Odin on the roof, just taking the high ground. The jacket on the other side doesn't like it too much, tries to get the kill here. No one's able to focus down anyone just yet, though.
This is my favorite map already. Just the heavy on the roof. It's absolutely amazing. They've managed to get so much damage and space down with that heavy being on the roof, but lots of damage there. Oh my god, Py-bun just got absolutely destroyed there by the heavy being spun up there on the roof. Actually gonna eat the banana. Random choice from him going for the banana rather than the sandwich. The medic, however, did in fact go down. They're gonna drop this heavy through the roof though. He deals plenty of damage, but unfortunately that blue Uber does come out there. Jorge going to be popping that one off, and they're able to keep the heavy up and running. But Jorge are now getting bombed in this house area. Unfortunately, the DuMmTm tanks the last rocket, but the Spy still at large with the revolver out. They get the sandwich to Jorge, so he's on the point, nice and safe now. So looks like blue team going to claim this first middle capture.
For now, anyway, there's still some people around. Karik under, or Hondra under, sorry. Magister as well running about. Don't quite get anything done between the two of them here. Magister not quite spotted yet, but there we go. Has been noticed. Can't get much going from there. Dima will force him out and he doesn't get the kill, but hey, any bit of damage helps fill up this buff banner on the blue side.
How did I not see this underneath the middle point thing when I was flying around the map? I'm absolutely blind, it's huge. But Denker's been putting in a lot of work already, landed that first headshot for the first frag of the map, just struck the fear into the red team. They didn't want to peek him whatsoever as soon as he landed that headshot, but Blur here going to be peeking around the corner. Delt's already in as well, and they are getting loads and loads and loads of space in the blue team already in towards Greenhouse, it looks like, and Hyver now in this flank as well. So this little area here, it's like a little damage box. They need to be careful running around here. They've got the dispenser set up, so that's going to be pumping out heals. But this Pyro jumps around the corner, immediately mown down by stickies and bullets. So they need to be super careful here. The reflect comes out as well, so the rocket getting pushed back there from the soldier. They're unable to hold this angle, but nice headshot there from Denker. So Uber's now getting exchanged, and Dima actually with the buff banner, the battalion's backup, it looks like, going to be showing them all the way in here, in towards this point. And actually, no, I was right the first time. It is a buff banner, and they're destroying everyone with it. That's so much damage being pumped out. Oh my lord.
Well, despite that, though, Focus still died, and maybe the 40% damage to us might have been a little better here. So lucky for the demo there. Sammy still goes down. The Soda was right on top of him. Tajaka cleans up everything after the fact, with demo already down. Doesn't matter. Scout gets the kills anyway. First time for Tajaka here on Scout in Premiership. Has been Prem before on Heavy, I believe, on Fader. Now on Scout. Let's see how that works for him. For now, pretty decent, I want to say. He already cleaning up quite nicely at the end of the fight. He gets everyone the opening to go to second here. They're all having to respawn first of all. Eats up a lot of time, of course, but it's 5 CP. You have a bit of time to spare at the beginning of the game at all time. Dima back to buff ban as well. Already 60% build as well. Fink takes 600 damage most of the way there already here. Uber's not so much. Can't speed that up with dealing damage to the opponents. You need to deal the damage to yourself, if anything, to get those faster here. No one with any advantage right now to speak of here. We'll slow things down for a moment here, but I'm sure they're already thinking about something to work into this last point here on Twice.
Yeah, Jorge managed to get that teleport, so he was providing heals to the rest of his team. So off the back of that, they've been able to take lobby, and this lobby is an absolute maze. I'm so confused already. Has getting headshot and made, so no DuMmTm now. That's a really, really good pick to find there. George actually building his Uber really well in this main area, up to nearly 20% ad here for his team. So he's going to be building that one up nicely. Looks like they're heading in towards this basement area and making their way in through these winding caves of garbage that are in the way between the lower area and last. They do manage to get nearer to the point here, but the Pirates just going to go towards it. They do pop out the overcharge, and Red Team also pops out theirs in return. So they are actually going to have to retreat here. Jorge has now been isolated though, and gets cleaned up at the tail end of the Super.
Alright, I do like one thing about Stars. It has like the gully wash bad water quality of actually having an accessible area behind the point and onto the point quickly, as like a flank drive, for example, which leads to you having the option to play the point as a play for the rest of the team, and it doesn't always boil down to the rest of the team making the opening for the point play, which I do like quite a bit, but clearly it can't be enough this time around for Twice here to get away with on this last push. In fact, this is already going all the way back to mid. Sneaky still around on mid, has no health at all, but That's right there. Any opening gets the spy on the kill here, but anyone else needs to help with that first, and no one's on mid at all, so they're gonna get this camp for now for free. Sneaky still about waiting patiently behind him here, but needs to be quick, man. On 60-70 already.
Yeah, this capture going through is pretty decent though, and they do manage to get their team forward tier. A headshot rings out from Bucko onto Denker, so no sniper pressure here. And also, they're going to have their overcharge ready on the red team to go for when they want to make this push happen. So, Jorge's going to be sitting nice and way too far forward, it looks like, as the supercharge comes out here on the red side. Gets immediately piped. Jorge is nearly going to go down here. Does collect the pack, going to be running around this corner, eventually mown down though. Odin on the flank there is going to find that frag, so has now moving forward, it's going to stick off that point. They're going to be able to claim it, but Jorge there totally out of position.
Yeah, that's going to be a great one for Gaeta to push forward with as well. Look at that, the advantage is still massive as well. Probably didn't even spawn yet. There's still so many down, in fact. They might not even wait for you at all. They don't have that many people in the lobby right now, but maybe they're keen. Looks like no, and probably for the best as well. The spawn times will make the decision a lot easier for them here. In fact, no one's anywhere close at all. He must down buff banner as well. I always am a big fan of the buff banner here. More damage, always good in my opinion. Even if it doesn't have a passive upside like the other banners maybe, but damage can more than make up for that by itself once it comes into effect here. Building away on both that and Evo already here. Need to build quickly though, because Matt already on 90.
Yeah, they need to get back here. They need to start retreating because the supercharged bells come in fast and hot into their faces. So, speaking of hot, they got this pyro peeking the door. Immediately gets headshot there by Denker. Who's just holding that top left angle, causing that pressure. Maybe they just want to get an early pop out of this blue team, but sorry, red team. But looks like George is actually building the super really, really well. And the red team here
under as well, sneaks up to the point, gets the cap. Well, the gun doesn't quite cover it. They have to drop our players on there as well. Lupi stopped by the pyro and the gun at the end of that one just about, but this is exactly what I mean here. If someone were to play off this more, and they try to at least with Hassie as well, this could be a huge play to make here as well, and there's the start.
Magister, what a jump! He jumps off the barrel, hops off the gun, and stabs onto Denkra. That was incredible. Gives him a nice shot there, even though it was a stab or whatever, or nice stab, I guess that stands for as well. But
look at lobby right now, they're just vibing.
Bucko with a huntsman, and it's on fire. I'm ready to see some huntsman arrows.
Oh no, they have the SMG, they can't just delete the stick. Kill Sammy instantly. Well, a lesson has been learned here. Take them serious on the other side, or you might take the short end of the stick.
Looks like I'm just going to trade out Oopus though in this top area. Del's just airblasting the super away. Nearly actually goes down there as Jorge takes the flash off. Actually eats a little sticky damage there. But this hold seems to be working out pretty well for them. Although I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I have no idea how they push out of the situation that they're in.
Well, maybe with a buff banner, that's some damage here. Odin goes down, Heimer down to the gun as well. Here, do lose 2 as well. They need to find some damage here. Buff banner's nice and all, but if no one's close on the opposing side, that doesn't really matter. And Dima not anywhere close to anyone, and by the time they are close, that is overwhelming him. Hondro and Lupi just right on him, right on the point as well. This time the gun covers it though. Won't let any more Kaplan happen.
They're not using the one massive factor with using a buff banner, which is if you're a pro buff banner user, like I am, just going to throw it up there, you want to make sure that the rest of your team are getting the benefits rather than you, because you don't want to be jumping in, because the buff banner, like you mentioned previously, doesn't provide any benefits. You don't get that health regen or that extra health to help you jump in. So you want to be walking next to your heavy or next to your pyro or next to your demo, so they receive the benefits. As I say that, Del just eats an arrow to the forehead, it goes down. As this Ren Uber now coming in here. Oh, he doesn't have a Uber, eventually gets in though as he heals up Dima. Dima's just going to hold this doorway and can be nice and aggressive with this, and lovely little solo there. It looks like Sammy actually coming into it, and they use that to pick up the heavy, and they also find Odin here in this doorway, and they just lose a bunch of players. Hunter also going down. Bucko eventually gets punished for this Huntsman gameplay, and they're going to be able to push forwards here. Tons of red players going down. Denker with a nice gets stabbed though in the backlines. Capture time coming down with a level 1 gun solves that problem.
I love how you pronounce a clear weeb name like Buko as Bucko. That's just beautiful.
Yep.
You truly are British.
Weebs, get the fuck out.
Anyway, actually back to the buff banner topic as well. You see how the lobby area like overlaps itself a little bit with like the verticality of it? You could like run in from under as Dima here, and everyone above you in the other lobby area, right above you, would get the benefit of it. The vertical reach it has is surprisingly large actually. That could work as well as like a safer play for the soldier there. Very underrated feature of the banners as well, the vertical reach they have. Works on Gully Wash Last, for example, as well, if you're under. Really funny. Anyway, they're getting out of last here for now. Not so much for Dima at least. That banner is shut down pretty quick.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to do anything at all, and he's absolutely murdered. So he's going to be catching a respawn now, and Denkra, though, is also going to get taken down by Bucko. So they're going to head towards this left-hand side now with their Uber charge. 1 second exchange here, and they do actually drop right on top of George, but he used that Uber straight away. Really good awareness from him there. And they're just going to air blast this Pyro back here, and the Demo trying to get on top of the Heavy. The Heavy gets the flash though, and all that aggression is now in the bin, and this Heavy's was Blur currently on an 8k. This man is absolutely unkillable as they kill everyone on the red side.
That is exactly what they like to see here on the blue side, all the way to mid. It goes, find the spy already as well. Sneaky starts the camp named Sammy, just looking around for anyone to find on the midpoint here. But what he doesn't know is that they're all on the other side of where he puts the traps right now. Doesn't help him get in though if everyone's staring them down from the camp itself. So no sneaky play onto the point just yet. They're sitting back, staying on second, building whatever little Uber they might have right now. 'Cause, I mean, it might be a huge disadvantage here, but you gotta still get your own quick if you want to make a push back onto them after their spades here, and it will probably come in very soon into the second point.
Yeah, they're gearing up here on the enemy team to make something happen. The blue team now getting all buffed up here. You can see all of their players are receiving a buff of some kind before they make this push happen. George gets his Uber now, and it looks like they are ready to head in through this greenhouse area. The Heavy is standing very, very close, and looks like they want to drop into this lower area. They do use up their Uber but they go through a different doorway. They're actually ending up on top of the medic right now. Matt J, they're getting stuffed into a choke, and is eventually going to get hit with a melee, gets panned down, but the rest of the blue team feeds for it. Their Uber totally underwhelming.
Yeah, they didn't do much at all. Both mats go down is arguably a silver lining here, not just your own, I suppose. But still, it's so many people down that it should be just an easy take towards mid for Gaeta here to already get Danker down. And no snipers to worry about, should make this very easy, and Liv gives them all the more opening out and cleans up Delt as well. That's all they had left on. Well, I mean, with 18 people, it's always fun to have someone with troubles on your team somewhere. It's just a classic moment here, but it resumes. Odin's hella dead already.
Ice skating resuming. Heading back in here.
Yeah, that will be this case for a little while here until the pause actually happen in the server in a little bit here. Once Matt will in fact disappear for a little bit. But we'll have a little bit more waiting time in the stalemate here. Maybe that's actually to the benefit here that it happens in the stalemate or not. We'll see, I guess.
So Jorge up to 45% of his Uber, and it looks like we've also got 40% for Matt J as well. But Denker, they're getting headshot. And Loopy and Magister going down is going to open up some opportunities here for the red team if they want to get some moves going. Blur being dead as well, it's going to help them out as well, trying to get in towards second, but it looks like they are heading in towards this greenhouse area, get nice and aggressive with their heals, and they get on top of Dima and clean him up very nicely. Matt J is eventually going to get a supercharge here up to 95%. I'm just waiting for the point where he disconnects. This is going to be absolutely awful.
Yeah, that's going to be a very unfortunate situation coming up fairly shortly. It was a fairly long pause, so should be another minute or so before it actually happens here. However, they're 100 behind it. That's kind of funny, and I'm surprised he didn't put a tele-exit somewhere randomly into lobby as well.
There you go. There's exactly where it happened. They come with the overcharge. Matt J lagging his balls off and just gets dropped by some pipes, and that's where he times out, and we'll see the pause probably come in there, unfortunately. Hive getting backstabbed in the flank, and also they're going to be able to catch this midpoint as the pause comes in.
Yep, they're calling for the pause right now. This is what happened here. Resumes now as well. Everything should be correct now on the server. They're discussing if they want to play Dota after this match. Who knows if they actually will. For now, game is still going for another 20 or so minutes, a little bit less than that, 17 at the moment here. And with Voice Arc second, they are in position to keep going a little bit here. Still a bit of protection on mid. They have like everyone behind 3 people. Like the entire flank is just in the backline here, but also the Heavy Blood takes them down pretty quick. Or at least one of them. Rest of them can't cap. Dima with one more kill to spare as well. Building on the buff banner once again, like we said, not too much success with it so far. This tries to like blob up in the combo a bit too much, I think, for my liking. But it's just like one good push away from just showing off how much damage it can be.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're going to be making their way into the top right area right now, and Jorge up to 90% Uber, so he's going to be looking to make his way in. But Bucko is just going to be holding this top right area with the Huntsman again, so if anyone peeks that angle, they are just going to die. There is nothing they can do, although they do manage to get some... Oh, no! The sticky trap gets dead in the top right area, that's getting air blasted through. Unfortunate stuff there has on a beautiful trap.
Well, on we go, or at least we try to with the vaccinator. It's going to be a bit awkward here, but they're trying to make it happen into lobby anyway. It makes sense, I guess, last second for rejoining the server in this ad to join with the vaccinator, but now they're stuck on it a little bit here. Dima tries to get bomb in, and I guess this is where the vaccinator helps, because that's not going to deal much damage at all to a medic that's ready for it. No bomb at all will get through that vaccinator charging as well. Might get complicated further on down the line here though, because it just takes 2-3 people together to just melt everyone on the vac team here.
I mean, the Vaccinator is, you know, it's that medigun that you use and you just keep rolling your advantage forwards because you're going to constantly have charges, constantly have damage reduction. You just attach them to the beam, you keep going until you kill the enemy medic or get something out of it. It looks like they actually pop out this charge, and there it comes. They do get the explosive damage and the fire damage, as well as the bullets coming in from the heavy on the flanks. They can't resist all of that damage, but Odin manages to kill Delt as well. So a little bit of defense coming out here. He's actually going to get up to this point and kill the heavy as well. So Odin's still at large, being a massive nuisance for this blue team.
Yeah, on the point here. And somehow the medic walks into it as well. They just didn't look forward at all here. We saw the vaccinator at its best and at its worst. The out of blast, where you desperately need something here, like you said, just roll forward with it as much as you can, but also at its worst. And Twice was ready for it. Just combined the damage, got through it pretty quickly here. With a bet down late, it's a bit awkward here. Magi wants to keep the Uber advantage as big as it could be here. It goes to crit peak now. Every gun being played here right now on the side of Gaeta, but might not have a chance to build it all. Diva in. Tries to get the kill here, but there's the pack falling for the medic already, and the backup rolls in as well. Lupi gets the kill in the end. And there you go, advantage will stay in the hands of Magi.
Yeah, Magi with a few little nice B-hops there, just keeping us alive. And I mean, more than likely, we might see some sort of a quick fix after this, just to get them all on the logs, you never know. But moving forwards with the script streak here, they do actually they're getting close to it. It's up to 80%, so when they peek around this corner next, it could be absolute carnage. They are setting stickies above this door nice and early though. Sammy though with the read, so he knows that they might come in with this, and they now have it. They have a sightline onto George. They pop out this crit streak. It doesn't quite land onto anyone, and they're not finding anyone at all with it. Unfortunately, the stickies are not finding their mark, and Sammy able to just repel them with some pipes into that doorway. So not finding anything here, and Jorge manages to survive everything.
Yeah. Game will keep on going, but now with advantage on the blue side to maybe swing things back to favor here with a demo kill at the end as well. Actually really late snipe onto Has. Really huge one for Denker here to get maybe some momentum going. No sticks to deny them, maybe no early force with that as well. Odin is still waiting, trying to hide a little bit here, meet them forward, and they're coming their way, but Lupi already gets it done on his own. Just walks in there, runs on the combo, gets the force as well. Odin just caught in a crossfire. It's 2 down each. It's not exactly the best end result for the blue team here pushing with the Uber, but everyone else is so far back. Still on crits, mind you, as well. On top of that, out of last year, want to maybe quickly get out of here as well. It's a fun idea, but let's see if maybe Twice has the better idea about it.
I mean, they are just going to be boxing themselves in this doorway if they take this crit, since it's really dangerous. But they are all currently weak, so they're going to be retreating here regardless. But they have this crit streak, and they need to use it. Buko is going to... Oh! The arrow nearly hits George in the kneecap. Oh my god, Karik, goodbye. Receiving that arrow from main. That's incredible stuff from the sniper here. But they need to take this crit in now, and it looks like it might be a heavy crit here. Otis actually did pop out on the demo man, but the stickies are being reflected by Delt. Doing a really good job of getting rid of them, but they find Jorge with one last crit sticky. With a back cap coming in, Momo is on the cap, and he gets it through 1-0.
Yeah, Sneaky lives up to his name, gets the cap in the back. And that's all it takes sometimes, just a bit of unawareness here and just abusing the fact that Gaeta was maybe a bit too keen to get out of the last point here. Obviously, they have good reason to want to get out of here, but at the end of the day, got to be careful about it. We're not enough so in the midst of all this fighting going on here as well. On we go into the second round, finally, all this time later here, almost 18 minutes into this game. We finally have a lead here Twice, taking the lead once more in the match. Let's see if they can keep it alive this time.
Moving up on the left and right hand side respectively for both teams, but Hyver's decided he's opting for the black box this time around. Does find Denker straight away though. Body shot and rocket combo is just going to take him out at long range, so no sniper pressure for Odin, so he's just going to be walking up on this roof right now and just taking that space for his team. Deadman desperately trying to get him off this roof, dealing quite a bit of damage to him though, but it looks like they did lose Matt again in all of the carnage that occurred during all of this.
Yeah, there we go. High gun control is firmly in the favor of Twice right now. Unlike the first bit fight where they really struggled with that quite a bit more. So there you go, that's all it takes for them right now. Still have to struggle with a few players behind Magister and Py-bun, fighting around the under area, the flank area here. One caught already, Py-bun somehow out alive for now. Still has some ways to go though to actually get away from here, but might just get out eventually. Sammy tries to block off exits, but picked the wrong one it seems. Py-bun sneaks past him, gets out alive, but still mid-fight convincingly going to the side of Twice here. Spawns are coming in slowly but surely. Maybe there's a chance to fight back, but Twice wants to take their chances here. Already back to second for them. Try to keep the momentum, try to put them into last. There's the damage coming through. 2 kills already. You clean the back. There's a nuisance, of course. Gets Dankra at the very least, but sniper down is not enough. When you're down 3 to yourself, Gaeta back to last it goes. Yeah,
it looks like Gates is just want to get the hell out of here. Magic actually has a small advantage to play with, but I don't think that they know they have it. It's just been Jorge's firing some arrows here and there. So, I mean, that's the only reason why the advantage has occurred. But Delt now going to be weak, moving back to his medic. And they're going to be looking to hold this one out. But 1-0 currently down with 10 minutes left on the clock. You know, you don't want to be sitting here forever.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, that's kind of what costed them the round we actually see here now to get Twice in the lead here as well. daring push last time. This got backed up pretty quickly. So if they do push out of this right now at some capacity, they gotta be a lot more careful about it this time around here. Everyone's thought it's were fairly aggressive at least. Tries to keep the pressure up. The sniper certainly gets something done with it, but one kill is far from enough at the moment.
Just landing those arrows directly in his forehead. This Huntsman has been really good actually in this area. Just they cannot peek this like line of sight, and I think I prefer it to having a scope almost, because you know you don't want to be peeking with the zoom. You kind of just want to be able to free ball.
It's also a lot funnier.
Yeah, it's also a lot funnier and triggers people. But they pop out the supercharge on the red team and the blue team. The red team, though, popping out and not able to save the pyro. But they're air blasting this Doman into the corner here, but has layers up the sticky bombs to kill off that pyro that was causing all that nuisance. And Demon now, with that buff banner, going to be building out on the tail end of the super. Nearly has it, I think.
Do they even need it anymore? They have so many kills already. It's just a matter of walking in here. They certainly have a lot of damage still to Trooper as well between the demo and the heavy, but a point play should open up things quite nicely. Everyone has to turn around. This gives an opening to Blur to walk in as well. They have the buff banner coming through, and unfortunately there's nothing left standing actually, because they already made such good work even without it.
Yeah, Karik there, just massive stuff. Putting the mini sentry and main gets in. Top right, jumps on top of the point. Easy stuff from him. Very nicely done. Realising the opportunity that he had available to him. So making it 2-0 now. It's looking back for now for Gaeta. They need to get some stuff going in this game before they get crushed.
Yeah, I don't want to go out of this AS tied last. I don't actually know what the situation is here. They had the default winner over Failer not playing the first round, of course, but I don't exactly know how this will look like for the bracket at the end of the day here. Certainly an L wouldn't be a good look, but we'll see how it continues from here as we go into the rest of the game. 9 minutes left, 2 round lead. Tough one to come back from, especially without a Devil Man.
Yeah, I mean, losing your man straight away is not what you want. And J also getting spammed down here. Del just diving over the point as well. He just does not care. It's going to be Hiver now, trying to bother to find Jorge, and he's not going to find anything here because he's sitting safely behind his heavy. And Honjo on the low ground here, the lone survivor, but he's only a small Texan dwarf. What's he going to do against a team of fat Russian men?
Well, team up with the other guy behind. Loopy also in the back with this altogether double hit scan flank. Actually, triple hit scan flank if we count the spy bullets here on the pistol here. And for now, that's good enough. Get one already. Diva tries to walk in there as well. Might not be worth the spy waiting for too.
Looks like they just want to roll this one all the way in. It's going to be Buka right around the corner. Actually lands the arrow to Jorge and gets the force off. Nice stuff from him there. Jorge with a nice little use there. Could have actually received an arrow to the face, so just uses out the overcharge regardless. It's going to be the soldier bombing up here into Jorge. Cleans up two. Lovely bomb there from Hiver. Just to absolutely annihilate the aggression. Also finding the heavy as well. Hiver going huge here.
So much cap time doing this, so is anyone able to get behind? It doesn't look like it. They're also far back. Really unfortunate to not be able to get some backup pressure going here. Also good stuff to Gaeta to not succumb to the backup once again here, it seems. Actually getting out of it fairly consequence-free this time around with Matt even staying alive and all of this, not having to get taken any pressure on him. All the way to mid it goes. Diva down already. Van does catch a break here. Can't build the balance, unfortunately, as much as I would like to see at least. Certainly him as well, I would imagine. Here, straight to mid it goes. Building up the super. Actually have it else well now. Probably keep this going all the way to second with disadvantage now.
God, Honjo is just being so annoying for them. He's in behind all the time. He's actually managed to lock off mid, so they couldn't come back into this mid very easily because that mini sentry is just sitting there. And they pop out that supercharge, actually flashing the blue spy, who gets in behind, and now they actually have to turn around for him because he, you know, he was going to backstab a heavy. But they get their players in. They managed to get a hold of second, but Jorge now up to 75%. So now they can look to do something aggressive now on the blue team just to get back on second.
Yeah, let's see what they can do with this one here, if they in fact do want to actually push out with it at all. Granted, don't really have to necessarily. Can certainly play defensive a little bit longer here and just run away with this game slowly but surely for the next 7 minutes. Might be the safer way to go about it here, and in fact might be exactly what they're going to do here. Put up a gun on that, everyone's falling back a little bit, not trying to dare too much into lobby here right now. Do get some kills however, pick class is down already and no spy. Lessens the threat of backup quite a bit as well here. A lot of players still around, however, everyone else is alive. They take their chance with the all-in lobby in front of them, but the backup still comes through, at least tries to. Loopy goes down pretty quick, Uber into lobby, can't find much as well, and that just is giving up all the advantage now. Yeah,
they've got to give up all that space there, unfortunately, and they use that Uber for nothing here. So they're at a disadvantage. There is Countdown currently down on the point as well, so it's going to be a really good opportunity if Matt J, as long as he gets the supercharge, if they go immediately, they'll be able to capitalize on that as well. So looks like they're going to be making their way in already. They want to take this left-hand side. I prefer the push that they're formulating here, just to try and get a point play going using that Countdown that they have. They're going to be going in directly through main, through the shutter door. The sentry is level 3 though, and is not being pressured whatsoever. They are tanking the gun, but they're unable to kill it, and this level 3 gun do so much work. But they get to the point here, loads of cap time down, but the wrangled sentry gun from Karik absolutely slays them.
Yeah, good cleanup with the scout as well here. Last ditch effort coming through by Spy and Sniper, or Soldier and Spy, sorry. Coming through towards point, but gun's still there. Everyone blocking it as well. One kill, even with the backs up there. Wouldn't have been good enough to get away with the 8 while the efforts here. Homedro still sneaking as well, but has to get past this gun and NG and a heavy at the same time. That's going to be an impossibility. Homedro, in fact, will abandon case for now. Let's see if something else on the flank can be done.
Oh, God. Hawaii pops out the Uber charge because the scout was running at snipers. Now they just wasted this Uber, but they dropped the sniper. They didn't even save him, so unfortunate stuff here for the blue team trying to save their player, and they can't quite do it. So they find Odin, but they find Hydra and Loopy, and somehow they're killing everyone. I have no idea what the hell is happening right now, but they're managing to get out to mid, and they kill Matt J as well. It's a very nice coordinated push here from the blue team, apparently.
Yeah, putting it all together in the end with a nice little flanker to get on the mat as well, completely surrounding them. A few players left alive, putting up a good fight for what it's worth. Loopy getting savvy, Magis are still hiding around mid somewhere as well. Fights are still going for the longest target. Cleanup comes in late as well, Bunny dropping down under point, finds both at the same time in the under area. One more last ditch effort coming through with the Soldier and the Heavy here, and that's good enough to get the medic actually. They see the Soldier bomb coming, not the Heavy walking straight in. That's the cleanup on the mat they needed in a surprise push coming through, and they need something quick here right now. 4 minutes left. It's not a lot of time to get back into this match at all here, and this advantage needs to be enough, but it won't be standing for long.
God, Denker is just landing all these crucial headshots onto this medic, just keeping them in this game, keeping their lead going. It's incredible stuff from him, actually, and it looks like they are able to retain this mid and probably get some more here. They do lose Pajaka as he eats an arrow and then gets 1v1 by Loopy and dies. Loopy finding another kill on the flank. Loopy actually finding a third onto Delt as well, so Loopy being a massive nuisance on this flank.
Alrighty, well, back and forth it goes on the midpoint here, but eventually Twice will come out on top just about again. He goes down so late to the Spy as well. Sneaky just finds them all on his own, moving through the lobby area. That's a quick kill to get on the medic, and a really good one as well to just make sure that there's just no hope left on the second point. There's a flank coming through as well, doing the most they can here once again. Somehow getting behind so much right now on the red team, but doing not enough maybe this time around. Actually, there's a sniper coming through as well at the same time. That's a gun down, a kill as well, and the Spy and the medic not quite getting the stab here either. They really need these kills right now to not lose the second point, or at least take it back pretty quickly, but Flank's just not having any backup here. Buko on his own just trying to save the day. Arrows missing on the medic, unfortunately, and that's the one that really needs to land.
Delta's just farming degreaser kills in this area. The Pirates are strong in this section of the map, but looks like Haz is trying to stick off that point, trying to keep them in the game here, but they are just rolling the supercharge that they have through this left-hand doorway. They're going to be making their way towards lower, but Jorge actually dies, unfortunately, coming in towards last. But it looks like Pajaka now going to be able to run onto this point here. There is very little that can stop him apart from Loopy catching his respawn, so they do manage to just defend it. But 2 minutes 40 on the clock, and they need to get 2 rounds. It's looking kind of like GG.
It might just be here, Gaeta, on the last lags right now this game. They have to teleport away, like, basically on everyone. You get telefrag and just cat everything up at the same time. I don't think that's really happening right now, but they're putting up a fight at least. They want to have 1 round out of this. They want to make a good round of it in some capacity. The problem is there's a whole combo behind them.
Yeah, it looks like they're in a whole world of hurt right now if you're on the red team, as you're getting flanked now by this Heavy. The Heavy that's somehow still alive after he manages to kill everyone. But it looks like Pajaka now bombing him with his Soldier of Dima, and they're managing to find all these picks on the point that they needed to recapture it. But this Pyro is going to be currently a nuisance, so they're keeping it going. They still want to win this game, 3-0 potentially, just get it in the bag. But 1 minute 50 left on the clock. Yeah, it's pretty much non-doable now.
Yeah, it looks like it, in fact. Here, not really much time for any Ubers right now. Jorge tries to speed things up on the crit quick, it seems, compared to Match on the medic gun. It's now the other medic on the funny stuff. It seems building a way to get this one quick. It's really the only chance they have into last right now. It's going to be a tough one as well. I'm interested to see if you really have any favorable angles into last here. I guess you have a couple of open doors, but you have to actually line up the shots as well from there.
Yeah, it looks like Denker is trying to snipe on this left-hand side, but the angle is basically non-existent. But that doesn't stop him from finding headshots, apparently. They are getting some capture time down towards last, and Dima is going to be popping out that banner, but dies pretty much immediately. More cap time down to last. And looks like they do manage to defend it, though. 1 minute and 3 seconds left on the clock. But it looks like
tries as well. No, there's no way against 2 people like that.
No.
Oh, gets one of them now. Well, that's about as much as you can really ask for in this scenario. As a scout here to still run away with a kill at least, but 40 seconds left. Matt's the only one who's good right now. Hawkeye actually won't have a chance to get anything at all. Loopy is just in deep somewhere and not near second and just runs in, gets the bet like a madman.
Nice stuff from him. I mean, the one thing that's really annoying me about this map is this chicane in towards last. There's just like 2 little chokes that you've got to like weave through that could just have sticky traps above like 4 different sets of doors.
Well, Hawk is also complaining a lot about doors in chat right now. Matt's not a fan of doors.
He doesn't like doors. What they stand for.
Who needs them, right? Just put a hole in the wall.
Yeah, just put a hole in the wall. I mean,
that's granted, like, kind of what this map has. Not actually really many real doors to think about. There's not many shutters at all on this map, actually. This feels like the lobby into last thing has a shutter, but it doesn't.
Well, it does, just on the outside.
Well, yeah, but on the inside it looks like it should have, right?
Yeah, it definitely does. I don't like this weird wall in the middle of lobby as well. Anyway, we should probably talk about the game. 2-0 to the side of Twice, so they're going to be winning out this one against Gaeta eSports, so very nice from them. Yeah, we do actually have some logs to look at before we start closing stuff out, and I'm going to hand it to Haz. He did a really good job in this game. 11,434 damage, highest damage in the server, despite being on the losing team today. So, any shoutouts you want to throw out, Dum?
Well, I mean, just follow Kurtzcast on every piece of media you have, Twitch, Twitter, whatever it is, Kurtzcast on all of them, as well as us on Twitter as well. Our names should be on the screen here as well for all 3 of us to stay tuned what we're up to as well. In the world of TF2, more games to come tomorrow in playoffs. We might have another stream going for Kurtzcast 2 as well as the main stream covering Premiership as well for the rest of the competition here on the weekend.
Fantastic stuff. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in this evening, and we will catch you next time. See you, boys.
Hi, old beaver! Away!